Oh, okay. Hey, everybody, it's me, Demetra K, and I am sitting here with Donovan throwing rocks and hiding the D. We are on Facebook Live, where I'll be taking the questions from the audience. We are also on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Spreaker podcast. And then eventually, once Donovan produces the videos, which is why you see the green screen, we will be on YouTube. All right. So we are everywhere. We also have Mr. Marcus Guyton, who is helping to spread the message of the show to get more people to watch, so that we can just bounce more ideas and conversation off of each other. And so we'll go ahead and give everybody else a chance to get started. And so, as always, I'd like to thank my partner in crime, Donovan, for making all this happen. Without
late
him,
because of her.
No, we ain't late because of you lying. When I got here, Donovan was looking like Michael Myers. Okay? He had his jumpsuit on, and he was,
I was working in the studio,
yeah, he put
tweaking.
the studio together. So now, admittedly, I was, a little bit behind, but it wasn't because of me, all right? And so, yeah, so thank you to Donovan. Also, thank you to you guys on the podcast and on Facebook Live for being here every Sunday to make this happen. And so, as you guys can see, our topic is Kevin Hart versus the LGBTQ. And my daughter is telling me that I guess there's some more acronyms. It's a plus sign that is put behind it because
rainbow, plus sign. What other things do they have to identify that they are of an alternative lifestyle?
She was saying something like trans and it's just a whole host of gosh, I can't keep up. So anyway, we're going to be talking about Kevin Hart and the dynamics of the LGBTQ situation. I know that's a lot to say. I would just say, gay and lesbian community.
I'm offended.
So should I just put all the letters in there?
Yeah, just go. No.
All right, y'all. So I'll say hello to everybody once I see people on. But I guess I'll go ahead and get started for the sake of time. I hate to waste people's time. And so Donovan will also be taking questions from the podcast. And for those of you guys, for whatever reason, if you are not friends with me, as I said, I don't know why you're not able to comment, but there will eventually be a link in the comment section where you can click on the link and make a comment, and I'll respond to it. Hey, Asada, what's happening? So anyway, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? All right. Now, as I like to always say, the purpose of the Demetra K Show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of the things that go on in the Black community to make us not just better, but an even better people. All right. And so, Kevin Hart versus the LGBTQ community. Hey, Ricky. Now, so on this past Tuesday, it was announced that Kevin Hart would be hosting the 2019 90th Oscar Award ceremony. Okay, and let's see. So, and on Wednesday, the LGBTQ, oh my God, community had sounded the alarm regarding Kevin's previous homophobic tweets and stand-up routines. Gays were insisting that he apologized for what he had said about gay people in his stand-up routines and in his tweets. Initially, after the Academy asked Hart to apologize, he refused to do so. Specifically, he said, and I quote, "I passed on the apology. The reason why I passed is because I have addressed this several times. I'm not going to continue to go back and forth and tap into days of old when I've moved and I am in a completely different stage in my life. I'm going to be me. I'm going to stand my ground." All right, that's what he said at first. He also went on to say, "Stop looking for reasons to be negative. Stop searching for reasons to be angry. I swear, I wish you guys could see, feel, and understand the mental place that I'm in. I am truly happy, people. There is nothing that you can do to change that. Nothing," in capital letters. "I work hard on a daily basis to spread positivity to all. With that being said, if you want to search my history or past and anger yourselves with what you find, that is fine." Hey everybody, it's me, Demetra K. I'm almost 40 years old, and I'm in love with me, the man that I am becoming. You live and you learn and you grow and you mature. I live to love. Please take your negative energy and put it into something constructive. Please. Whatever's understood should never have to be said. I love everybody. Once again, everybody, if you choose not to believe me, then that's on you. Have a beautiful day. Hey, Ed. So that's what he tweeted after he said he ain't apologizing. But shortly after making that statement, Hart said the following right after he announced that he was stepping down. I'm trying to, get some theatrics here, okay? This is because I do not want to be a distraction on a night that should be celebrated by so many amazing talents, he tweeted. I sincerely apologize to the why you shaking your head, Donovan?
Go ahead.
I sincerely apologize to the LGBT community for my insensitive words from my past. So, what exactly did Kevin say that got him in the hot water with the gay community? All right. In 2011, he tweeted the following. Yo, if my son comes home and tries to play with my daughter's dollhouse, I'm going to break it over his head and say in my voice, stop, that's gay. Okay, so tweets with him using terms like fag and no homo were also found. He has since deleted those tweets. All right. Now, some critics in the LGBTQ, it's getting easier to say, y'all, community want Kevin to discontinue his stand-up special, Seriously Funny. So they want him to just get rid of that stand-up special. I think I've seen the special before. Have you seen the Seriously Funny?
Well, I don't really follow Kevin Hart.
Well, it was like one of his first ones, but they want him to just eradicate it, just take it off the planet Earth and just be done with it, okay? And so he also said, one of my biggest fears is my son growing up and being gay. That's a fear. Keep in mind, I'm not homophobic. Be happy. Do what you want to do. But me, a heterosexual male, if I can prevent my son from being gay, I will. Now, they also want him to donate. Now, check this out, y'all. Check this out. They also want him to donate money to the LGBTQ causes and said that he could have requested that the Academy give the hosting job to someone from their community or ask for someone LGBTQ to host the award ceremony with him.
So they want to take his money and tear him down at the same time.
Well, they're like, well, man, if you're going to step down, you could at least recommended that somebody gay, or lesbian do the gig, or at least you could have stayed and co-hosted the gig with one of us, is what they're saying. Okay. Now, in a Huffington Post article, the author likened. Now, check this part out. The author likened Hart to an oppressor because he is harming people in marginalized communities like those in the Black Lives Matter and Me Too movement. So they call him an oppressor because now apparently, he's
being
oppressing.
A comedian is, they're supposed to make jokes and stuff.
Well, no, you're supposed to never mind that.
Okay.
But now Kevin Hart is an oppressor because he, I guess, made some jokes back in the day. He's a comedian. Go figure. So yeah, okay, so they're saying that he's, oppressing gay people. Now, I wonder why they weren't mad when he was tweeting awful things about another group of marginalized people, the black woman, where he tweeted, hashtag hands down, light-skinned women usually have better credit than dark-skinned women. Broke-ass dark hoes, laugh out loud. That's what he said. But I digress. I have seen this article. I have seen articles titled "How Kevin Hart Tweeted Himself Out of the Job of Hosting the Oscars." Will Nike cut ties with Kevin Hart? Because now some in the gay and lesbian community are asking Nike to cut ties with him because Nike sponsors Kevin Hart. I guess they do a bunch of social media stuff, and so he wears their clothing and they sponsor him. So now they're asking Nike to withdraw their sponsorship from Kevin Hart due to not stuff that was recent, but old stuff, old tweets that somebody, which is like, is there a gay troll somewhere in the gay community that's going, okay, we finding successful black people, okay, dig off in their tweets, like you're digging in the crates, dig off in the tweets, and let's see if we can, I forgot your dryer was on. That's what that noise was.
Oh, the dryer?
Yeah, it just
I forgot it.
Sorry about that, you guys. But yeah, so it's like a gay troll digging in the tweets to find successful black people where they may have offended somebody, right? Okay, and so another one says, if Kevin were sorry, he'd prove it. That's another title. And it says, Kevin still doesn't get it. Another one says, Kevin is going through, and so I'm saying rather, Kevin is going through it, to say the least. But what I really want to know is, will Kevin Hart finally come home? Not too long ago, he was making the rounds, calling his fellow black comedians drug addicts, haters, and saying that their time to shine had come and gone, and they blew it, for lack of better words. After Cat Williams did an interview where Kevin's name came up, Cat pretty much said that Kevin is successful because he is not a threat to white Hollywood due to him being ugly and no white women wanting to sleep with him. Those are Cat's words.
Yikes.
Awful. But I think he was more or less saying is that, listen, you're not like the special black. There's nothing, you're not doing anything. Well, I guess what he was probably trying to say is that, Kevin, you are black like the rest of us. You're just probably willing to do things that the rest of us aren't willing to do, right?
Some people love cooning.
Right, and so, and then he also said they only like Tiffany because she wants to sleep with white men, because Kat was saying how... Is
that true?
I don't know, but Tiffany was running around saying how, she wants to sleep with Brad Pitt and this white dude and that white dude. Gotcha. This is what Kat Williams... Right. And so he was playing, he being Kevin, the holier-than-thou role, saying that he's successful because he works hard and does not do what the others do. He also told them that if they stop hating, they can be like him too. Now, when will he realize that even though white Hollywood writes his checks, they still control him? What are you guys' thoughts? I mean, like, honestly, and I'm going to get to every one of you guys' comments, I could have went on and on and on about this, but I was like, nope, I'm going to save it for commentary during the show, because there's so many angles to this that, see, like, right now, it's Kevin, but it's bigger than Kevin. You know what I mean? Kevin is just, because right now, I also read an article where the Heisman Trophy winner, Kyler somebody, after he won the Heisman, the gay and lesbian trolls dug off into his tweets and found some homophobic tweets and made him apologize too. So it's like, what's really going on here, you guys? So let me get to you guys' comments. All right. And so Ed says, hey, you used to know what's happening. Says, it's funny. Civil rights movement has been around for years with no movement at all. At all. But the LGBTQ community gained a whole constitution within 2 years. If Tupac was still alive, this would have never happened. Well, do explain the whole Tupac factor. I think I know where you're going with this, but I want to hear it from you. But no, I agree with you. It's like, wow, they have gained so much ground. And it's like, clout ground. But then check it out, though. Check this out. So they're comparing themselves to being marginalized people, but yet now you're trying to attack black people who are and I know Kevin Hart is rich, but he's still black nevertheless. And so now they're going after this other black guy, the Heisman Trophy winner, and God knows who else is going to be. It's almost like the McCarthyism back in the day when you're accused of being a communist.
Your career's over.
Right, okay. Or a Salem witch hunt now. It's like a gay witch hunt. Or a homophobia witch hunt is what it is. We're going to find all these, whenever a black man rises or he's going to get some success, we're going to go and see and make sure that he's worthy of our approval. If not, we'll, proverbially pull his pants down in the middle of the street and make him apologize. Because Kevin apologized, but they're like, that's not good enough, Kevin.
And feminize him. I mean, and when I say feminine, I don't mean like, a female, like, punk him.
Well, it's like,
in public. Punk him in public.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what they're doing. But he's like, so you want Kevin to come over and tout, and I have no dog in the fight with gay and lesbian, so don't get me wrong there, but you want Kevin now to use his platform to further the gay and lesbian agenda? I mean, it's like, really? Of course.
We're going to pull his pants down and make him work for us.
It's crazy. Just prostitute him.
That's it.
And Al says, looking good. Well, thank you, baby. Hey, Glenn, he says, wow, what the hell? The LGBTQ community seems like real dictators for a marginalized community. Exactly. I should have just read that comment. Exactly.
Tag my baby in the video.
I'm scared to because I might, it might go off.
She might go off.
But So it's like, you're absolutely right. It's like, so now how you guys become the moral authority to now dictate to black people what they should do? And if you guys didn't also see, Nick Cannon went into a lot of the, or three of them rather, white female comedians, Sarah Silverman, what's the other chick that's not really funny?
Amy Schuler
and Chelsea Handler. Okay. And found some tweets where they were being homophobic.
Yeah, especially Amy Schuler. She was doing some serious stuff. Yeah, they were using the
F word and all kind of stuff too. And so Nick Cannon was like, well, where is the same energy for them that you have for Kevin?
It's just a coincidence that they all are white, too.
Right. Well, I get away with it. And hey, Ben, he says LGBT, the new mob. He says, F out of here. If you want to drop soap, do wow. If you want to drop soap, do you, but you're not going to force me to cheerlead for your fruity activities. Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, thank you, Ben.
Yes.
Well, I'll just paraphrase that a little bit more. No, I agree. I think to each his own, but listen, you found some old tweets of mine, so what, you want to strap some shackles on me and something around my neck and make me your mule, your boy? Not only is my sorry not good enough for you, but I need to do backflips too? And I mean, what? Yeah. So how are you as a marginalized people doing that to another marginalized people? Hey, Arson, what's happening? And B says Kevin was telling the truth about Kat effing it up for himself. Well, no, he was telling the truth. But I've seen Kevin Hart in a few other interviews act holier than thou. Like he even dragged Mike Epps into it. And, you know, Michael Blackson, he got mad at him because Michael Blackson said something about him cheating. And it's like, dude, you lighten up.
Own it.
Well, not only that, but just lighten up. You know, it's funny. And then, you know, you're taking this, oh, well, I'm the good guy, you know, role. And you guys are all these meager, you know, crackheads.
All of 5'2".
5'2" is tall in some instances.
It is. Okay? If you're living in Asia, you're damn right.
Hey, Billy. He says, Tupac knowledge and opinions were revered and treasured with the utmost respect because there was truth in what he spoke.
True.
Yeah, we know that it is widely believed that the FBI took Tupac out. A lot of people think that it was Biggie and P. Diddy and some other nonsense.
The coin Intel Pro, like you said before.
Oh, yeah.
That's still in effect. Mm-hmm. Because think about it. Bob Marley was taken out, too.
And a lot of people don't know that. Mm-hmm. Right. And so Bing says, freedom of speech, unless you're talking about gays, then you got to shut the F up and be spokesperson for them. Yeah, I mean, it's like, why?
Wait, you forgot one thing there. Who was that, Ben?
Ben.
You can't talk about weaves. You can't talk about weaves. And you can't talk about Obama.
Not today.
Yeah, so you got to add a few more things in there. Weave, Obama, and Oprah.
Right. I mean, like Lee Daniels. Let's put Lee Daniels in this for, you know, why are you laughing?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Because Lee Daniels, when he was doing the whole Empire thing and people were getting mad because of the gay and lesbian stuff, he went on record saying that the black community is homophobic and I'm going to put it in their faces and makes them come to terms with homosexuality. And so thus far, I mean, I guess he's winning. He's got 2 shows. Empire and Stars, both shows I've seen none of them, except for a couple scenes here and there on Facebook that was just like. But he was like very upfront with his agenda. You black people are gonna love it.
Well, I don't even know why he would say something like that, because if you look into the black community, there is a good portion of us running around that we know are gay or whatever. I mean, you got black women that, you know, are shaving their head, looking like dudes. I'm just saying, we're aware of it. And, you know, do you, boo? You know, do what you got to do. It doesn't bother us, you know?
Right. I mean, yeah, like I said, to each his own. You do what you got to do, you know? Hey, James, you said, should not have apologized. Not sure who these people are, but why should I accept who they sleep with? Mm-hmm. I think it's stupid, and whatever these people trolling are funded very well, trying to push their gay weight around. Mm-hmm. Well, it is not a known or a secret, rather, that there's a lot of large portion of Hollywood is ran by gay people. And so who was it? Somebody, Michael Blackson actually made the point in regards to Kevin, saying, you guys, before you even asked him to do the Oscars, you guys should have did all of that. Why get him to this point and then sucker punch him with, oh my God, he says some anti-gay stuff about gay people. I mean...
Well, I mean, but at the same time, shouldn't Kevin Hart have taken that as maybe, wait, are they trying to set me up because I did cheat on my wife and I did get caught up in this?
No, I don't think it's that. I just think it's, here's a black man. I don't know who. See, and I think this is the assumption, too, that people have, is that if you're gay or lesbian, and especially if you're white, there's no way you could be a white supremacist.
Right.
Because you're marginalized, too.
Gotcha.
But believe it or not, there are a lot of gay and lesbian white people who are white supremacists. And so I think that's really the root of where this came from, because as Nick Canada's proved, there's plenty of people who have said something about the gay community in jest, at the very least, Skull
and Bones, they have sex with young boys and stuff like that to be a member. That's just part of the...
Right. And they're very high up there. There's a lot of their members that are in the higher places in society.
George W. Bush and all those guys.
I used to know. He says, Tupac comments somewhat of a joke because he was the last voice that started to wake up Black America. And like so many other Black revolutionaries, he was killed for changing the way we think. No, absolutely. Okay. I knew that's where he was going with it.
Because we ain't ready to have a Black president. That's what he said at the time.
Right. Ben says, sorry, nobody wants their kids to be gay. And there's nothing wrong with that. Stop straight shaming. No, and you know what? That's an excellent point, because that's exactly what it is. It is straight shaming. I don't think there's anything wrong with Kevin Hart saying, I don't want my son to be gay. But we live in a society, because I've had conversations with a lot, especially young mothers, who are saying, well, if my son or daughter is gay, so what? I don't care.
You better care.
And they're not, going to try to do anything to discourage it. That's just like, some people might tell their kids, well, I know in other communities they do. I don't want my kid dating outside of their race. But when we do it as Black people, oh, that's wrong. We should accept everybody. Listen, it's not an issue of accepting everybody or different people. It's an issue of, I have a preference for who I want my child to date. Everybody else does it.
We are the only group of people that will pick up everybody else's battles, and nobody will pick up our battle. Right. Nobody. Seriously.
One day we're going to realize that. One day. Hey, Deneen, he says, okay, not sure if my previous comment took or not, but the lesbian and gay comedians can talk and joke about, you said that gay, but lesbian and gay comedians can talk and joke about it, get the F out of here. Well, yeah, so it's like, what's the difference? And maybe some of them just playing devil's advocate. Maybe some of them saying, just like Black people, well, I can call you the N-word, but you can't call me the N-word.
Bullshit. No Black people gonna call me no damn nigga. Here's my question.
I don't know, Denise. Maybe that's how they're looking at it.
Yeah. Here's my question for everybody that's listening out there. Why is anybody taking a comic seriously? They're comics.
I honestly think it's more to it than just him being a comic and saying something. I think it's more to it than that. Oh no, hosting the Oscars is a big thing.
But that's my point. There's got to be more to it, because who's going to take... He's a comic. That's what he's supposed to do, make people laugh.
And there's something... I agree with you.
At all aspects of life.
I agree. So. And OG, what's happening? He says, when you block that, go... he says, when you block that, go way back. So when you're Black, they go way back, I think you're saying. Well, yeah, and then somebody also made the point, too, which is kind of weird. When Chris Rock hosted it, and they said that he's tweeted a lot of stuff. Not opposition to the gay and lesbian community, but
offensively,
jokes.
Offensive jokes.
And so Ben says, newsflash, LGBT people, everybody ain't gay.
Thank you.
He's putting out a disclaimer. Hey, Belinda, you said the hypocrisy of it all. No, absolutely. It's like, how you going to be gay and then, try to harm? Because to me, that's what they're doing to Kevin. I know he's rich, but you're causing him to do things that he wouldn't have to do. I mean, so what? He said something back in the day about, him not wanting his son to be gay. I mean...
Wait, can I give you guys a quick conspiracy theory in regards to Kevin Hart? It stays on the subject. Remember when he was getting blackmailed for all that money?
Oh, when he was cheating on his wife?
Right. Yeah. But they tried to blackmail him. And now this.
So I get where you're going with that. So is there some, some people who believe in the Illuminati?
Yeah, there's a synergy.
It could be. Okay. I mean, there could be something out there trying to attack Kevin Hart. I don't know if you believe in the Illuminati stuff. Some people may say it's some sort of initiation, or maybe the powers that be are trying to take him down.
Right. You know, and deplete his money and get him in lawsuits. And
yep.
It's
I would say this before I read your comment, Al. I think that Kevin, I hope that I'm wrong, but I think there's more to come, because for one thing, I will say is, especially gay people don't like to be shunned, because they would have rather him stay in the role of hosting the Oscars and then be able, okay, now do this. Now do that. Yeah. Now you need to do this. Okay, you need to apologize 10 more times, and then you need to donate $1 million to they. So they're not going to be done with him. I think there's more to come. Mm-hmm. And Al says, it's amazing to me that most black preachers and Christians are against gay people, because if it wasn't for the gay community, all that black churches wouldn't have a choir director. You know what? Get out of here.
And a good choir director, too. Woo!
Ricky says the white supremacist system is in full force with their push of population control in quote-unquote Black America. That's why that crappy show Empire is still in rotation. That element of the show where, let's see. The element of the show where there's a gay couple is the main reason the show is still going. They are using the LGBT LMNOP.
Nice. That's a good one.
Male masculinity, while at the same time trying to change the black struggle into the gay struggle. If any of that made sense. No, it made absolute perfect sense, because there's been a lot of people who have likened the gay and lesbian struggle, if you will, to that of the civil rights. And so some have said, black people, totally how different. Dare you be totally homophobic different. And against gay people? You guys went through the same thing we went through.
Hell, we did.
Well, that's what they've said. Mm-hmm. And so you're right. It's trying to, the LGBTQ community is trying to, I guess, I don't even know if they're trying, but take over the struggle of being oppressed. Mm-hmm. Not saying they're not oppressed, but
some of
not the same thing.
And to me, that doesn't make sense, because a lot of your people that are, gay are very influential in money and in industries and things like that.
Yeah, they have a lot of positions.
So what kind of struggle could they be going through?
Well, they just want to be able to tell your black ass what to do. Yeah, okay?
Gotcha.
Hey, TT.
I get enough of that from black women.
About battles. Mm-hmm. And then Nancy, what's happening, says, okay, so she says, tap the link to join the conversation if you want to comment on here. Whatever reason, if you're not friends with me, I thought I was public. I am. You're not able to comment. But if you tap the link, you can. And then Al says, damn near everything Tyler Perry does, there's always some gay character.
Yes.
So for what I understand, because I guess all the shows that he has on OWN, there's some sort of a gay dynamics to it. And yeah, I mean,
they're targeting that audience too.
Well, yeah, but this is my pushback too. Like, okay, if we know that there's an agenda, because I firmly believe that there is an agenda against the black community in regards to homosexuality, why do we sit up and watch that? I mean, I doubt that every last person that's watching Tyler Perry's content or Lee Daniels' content are gay. I fail to believe that. So there's obviously some straight people, probably a lot of straight people are watching that who have a problem with what's being forced upon black people. So why do they have an audience? That's to me the better question. And Nancy says, how much is the overall objective? Is to once again send a message to black people across the board that even with money, you are still just a black person with money. You can still you can still shut down. They can still shut you down. I think you're trying to say anytime we want. No, absolutely. I mean, that's been proven over and over and over again. Now, Kevin Hart, I mean, I guess he was funny at one point in time. I'm just not a Kevin Hart fan. For one, I don't think he's that funny. And two, I just don't like sometimes his stance on, or his outlook on other people. You know, he's like, I'm very positive. I'm me, positive. And you guys, so I don't like that. But, I mean, I liken him to people like Step and Fetch It, if you will. You guys remember, if you're
Amos and Andy.
Yeah, Amos and Andy. Step and Fetch It was, to me, I don't want to say Kevin Hart is quite like Step and Fetch It, but he's along those terms in that, I will scat dance and do just about anything, for the man and make all this money. But then at the end of the day, I got to come back home because let's say this doesn't go well for Kevin Hart. He's got to come back home. I'm not saying he ever totally left, but he's going to have to come all the way back over here.
Yeah.
But to your point, now maybe he understands that, oh, they don't love me either. And Al says, there is a milk for short gay people. You know what? Okay, let me just say this. I don't want that to go that route, because that's not the objective here. Is to make light of this or to make fun of gay people, because that's
not who we are.
Yeah, it's not who we are, Al. And Ustinov says, whites have been gay since 3000 BC. Most black people are not familiar with the phrase, but breaking the agenda is supported by the rich politician and those who continue to find ways to break the black family. Absolutely. Yep. As you said, buck breaking is something that they did in slavery, where the buck was the big, strong black man. And what they would do is rape him.
Right, in front of everybody.
Men, right. The men of the plantation owner, whoever, the overseers will rape the big black men in front of everybody, the family, the kids, everybody, to break him and let them know, if we can do this to your strong black man, hell, don't you think we can do to you? So, yes, and technically speaking, I mean, now maybe they ain't bending people over still, but sort of. People are getting bent over. I mean, that's exactly what they're trying to do to Kevin Hart. Boy, we need you to do what we say do.
They did it to Mike Tyson. They did. I mean, you can go through the history. Muhammad Ali, all these guys make all this money and they end up with nothing, broke at the end.
Yep. So. And Arson says, hi. Oh, wow, your hair is so nice. Oh, thank you. I put it up for now. I don't know how long it'll be like this. It's just easier to do. It says, anyway, about Kevin, like you said, there are many angles to this, but there is one common bottom to all of them. In the end of it all, any black person on the rise, see, he be going in. Let's see. Any black person on the rise or on top will somehow be compelled to submit, quote unquote, to this LGBTQ or whatever the letters are. I mean, when he was asked to do it, they knew very well they were going to ask him to do that later. I think we should just look at him as a symbol of what happens to us, as how the gays are running things in Hollywood. There might be more to come. I mean, we all saw with Dave Chappelle what happens when you don't play along. I wonder how deeply it goes. I think it was my daughter actually that made that point that you just made about Dave Chappelle, and that, you know, Dave Chappelle tapped out of making $50 million because he said it wasn't going to be them laughing with us. It was going to be them laughing at us. And I didn't want to be responsible for that. They kept on trying to make him wear a dress and, you know, just the whole nine. They wanted to completely take it over. He's like, I'm good. And it worked out for him later on. Hey, Tammy. He said there's an agenda to turn black children and teens and gay and young adults gay. Everywhere you look in the media, they are promoting homosexuality. It is sickening. No, absolutely. But, you know, that is a good point. But that takes us to be aware of that, you know, and to understand that Kevin Hart has the right to say he don't want his son gay. Like, and the crazy part about that is, if Kevin was to say, you know what, if my son is gay, then so be it. I won't have a problem with it, and I hope he is gay. Then everybody would be, oh, that's such an admirable thing. But I think he had, just like you have the right to be mad at me, I have the right to decide what my child is going to be, or what I'm going to promote that child to be.
I mean, I have no disclaimers. I told my boys, hey, you do what you want to do. If you're going to be gay, you can't come into my house with all that. Bring that lifestyle to my house. You know, you come by, hey, Merry Christmas, Dad. Okay, make sure your man is out there.
Damn, can't bring the man in the
house? No.
What about if they don't, you know, they just kind of come out and hang? Can you have no beers with that?
If my son comes and he's in the gay lifestyle, there's no association at that point.
Okay, see, I don't have no sons. I have a daughter. Yeah. I mean, if she wanted, I'm just going to say this. If that's the route that she chose to be, what can I do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah, but I'm not going to shun her.
No, I didn't say I was going to shun my son. I'm shunning his lifestyle. I'm shunning the lifestyle.
Gotcha. And Al says, good news. AJ brought his dad Whataburger dinner. Yay! I wish I could eat Whataburger dinner right now. I had a banana before I came here. And Belinda says, OJ. Yeah, OJ. No matter what you say, some people will probably say, well, OJ was guilty. He was found not guilty. Right. But to your point, OJ will never, ever. That man will go to the grave with that on him. And I wouldn't even, does anybody know where OJ is?
Yeah, he's in Las Vegas. He has a property in Las Vegas.
Oh, because he's keeping a very low profile.
This time. Yeah. Thank you.
I guess 13 years in the clink, do that to
Johnny Cocker told him when he got off the live, stay low, go, hide out.
Taking that advice now, but let that man come out and do one thing wrong. It's going to be on and cracking. They waiting. And Al says, gay people get offended too easily. They can take a... I'm not reading no more Al's comments. Ricky says, on a separate note, Dimitri, your hair is bus crash banging off.
Wow.
Awesome. On another note, your boy doing the show with you made a great point about them being comedians. That's their job. And who's to say what's funny? Even though Kevin is only mildly funny to me, I think he should have never apologized. Yeah, I agree.
Right. I agree with that.
What am I sorry for? Something I did years ago. I mean, because now it's like you guys are going to continue having me bent over and doing any and everything you want me to do. Like you said, it was a joke.
Well, he's a comedian. That's his profession.
Right.
That's like going to a football game and expecting to see LeBron James play.
Right. Or be mad because they tackling people.
Right. It's just, I don't understand. So
yeah. And then Al says after that, all that coon and Kevin Hart was the one who got bent over. No pun. Absolutely. And Tammy says he has every right. I don't want mine gay either. Shit. I mean, so yeah, like, there's nothing wrong with you saying that.
And it's an opinion.
Right. And it's my opinion. And then you also say now they're telling people it's okay to date people that have HIV, but that's another topic. Lord
yes, mercy. Lord. That's another.
Just be careful.
Just be careful. Yeah.
That's the only thing I got. Just be careful. You've
got some people out here that think they can turn a gay person back to the other side.
I've actually met women like that. They were in love with men that were gay, and it's like, you do know he's gay, right?
Right.
I know, but if I just give him too good one time, and I don't think he's interested in anything you got.
Right.
But that's a whole other topic.
Now, knock on wood, and just a thing. It's a man's perversion to be with two women. That's like a dream or something like that.
But not a man's perversion to be with his woman and another dude.
Well, some guys are into that too, but
it's a threesome.
Yeah, no.
Why not? Another time.
Right.
Arthur says, "Oh wow, I never knew Donovan was that radical." Laugh out loud. Talk about your kids can't bring their man.
Oh no, they can't. The man got to wait in the car. You got to wait in the car.
And
Drop the president
says, off. Right, Al Jackson, mofos can take a dig. Oh my god, you guys are gonna get me in trouble. Okay. Hey, Charles says exactly. He done said an apology to the LGBT community, and they want another one. Good for Hart to say "F you." No second apology. Yeah, they said the first one wasn't good enough. There was things he could have done. And even Don Lemon is like, "Come on my show. I want to explain some things to you." Like, why? Why do you need to explain to me? I'm not gay.
Right.
I'm not gay. I don't have anything against gay people. You ain't got to explain nothing to me. I see no evil.
Well, here's
not
my
that
thing.
I'm saying it's evil, but I just don't want to keep it.
Here's my thing. Don Lemon can't tell me a damn thing about anything, and he's booed up with a white man. Okay? So I'm not, don't talk to me about blackness and what's right and this, that, and you booed up with a white man. Okay? Simple as that. I mean, he can love who he loves, but you can't tell me a damn thing. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Donovan, you on one today. Donovan is on one. Okay?
No, because a lot of people don't know that, like, they know he's gay, but they don't know he's with the white guy. These different.
That's another topic.
That's
too,
another topic.
Because that can go
right.
I can go so many ways, but yeah, that's what Don Lemon has said. Okay. And then so Marcus is saying you guys tap the link if you want to comment for whatever reason. We're not friends. You can tap the link and you're more than welcome and able to comment. And I will read every last question or concern that you have. And Al said, if my son was gay, I would be so married. You know what? One more gay joke from you. You gotta get it. Belinda says he's not the only comedian who makes those kinds of jokes.
Yeah, they all do.
What I was saying about the others being hypocrites. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they all do.
He's a black man.
Yep.
He's a black man, and boy, you better do what we tell you to do, because we write your checks. They made Kevin Hart very wealthy, and so they're probably like, at the very least, you can do what we ask you to do. That's a little tap dancing for the gay community. Just a little tap dance, a little, sand dance,
a little
shuffle.
shuck and
Yeah,
jive.
just a little shuck and jive, and we'll be cool, maybe.
You remember that meme with Daffy Duck?
Yeah, get your Daffy Duck on. Oh my God, we gonna get it. And Tammy says, yep, and then Al says it. Ain't reading that one either. Ricky says, so what about gay and amphibian comedians who make jokes about hetero people? Nobody is retaliating. Okay. They just don't want you making jokes about them. Well, I guess they don't want you to like get a good gig and then make jokes about them.
Now, here's what I understand about the Oscars, real quick. Okay, you're hosting the Oscars. Shouldn't you be a successful actor or something? Or
well, Kevin's pretty successful.
He makes cooning movies.
That's what they like.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of, as somebody who's a thespian, not a lesbian, a thespian. I just hate when you see these people coming in. Yeah, it's a dream job to host it, but they should have people who have brought something.
It doesn't sound like too many people want to do it anymore because they
watered it down.
Yeah,
so
they said by this time they would have had somebody to do it, and so now but the Oscars, I guess, haven't formally announced that Kevin is not doing it.
Right.
So they still need a host. Maybe you're available that night.
No, I'm not available, unfortunately. All right. I'll be doing the Dimitri K show.
Okay. You damn right you will. And Nancy says, Kevin Hart has been straddling the fence for a long time now, period. He's never really stood up for his side, nor has he been a negative to his side, period. Yeah, he's just kind of been in the middle. I agree with that.
Yep.
But I think he's finding out now that he has to choose sides. Yeah, ain't that something?
You have to choose a side. Now
you got to figure out, because now you see these people, as I said, it's just like step and fetch it. It's almost the exact same thing. Because for those of you guys who don't know who Step and Fetch It is, he was an actor / comedian in the early 1900s who did just his official title in Hollywood was the laziest man in the world. Mm-hmm. That was his Step and Fetch It, the laziest man in the world, and he'd be scratching and itching and
yeah, he was the next phase of the blackface from vaudeville.
But that man was the first black millionaire actor in the United States. So that was in the early 1900s. They paid this man a lot of money to, as some people would say, coon and shuck and jive and
40s.
Shine, all of that. But as that wore off, and I'm sure they found somebody else, he found himself not being accepted by white people because they had threw him away. And then black people's like, nope, you brought so much shame on the black community by calling yourself the laziest black man in the world. And of course, the rest of the world attributed that, well, not all, but a lot of people did, to black people. And so we're done with you too. And he ended up dying of alcoholism, drank himself to death, and was poor and didn't have anybody. Yeah,
for a quick reference, basically, Haiti McDaniel, who won the Oscar for Gone with the Wind as Best Supporting Actress, the big black lady that played the maid.
Haiti McDaniel,
Yeah, they were in the same era. So look, between 1930, they were the two top black actors of the time.
Right,
of the day.
But, too, look at the roles that they had to play. Now, when I say had to play, Clarence Muse, he was the old guy in Car Wash. You guys remember the older guy in Car Wash had the white hair and the beard? Now, a lot of people don't know his story, but he was also born, I think, in the late 1800s. But he was I'll say the word accomplished, and I'll tell you why. He was a lawyer, a teacher, so he had a few degrees. There's a lot of things he could do, but black people couldn't afford to hire him, and white people wouldn't hire him to be a lawyer and all that. So he went into acting, doing a lot of the roles that were degrading. And so during an interview I read, he said a lot of black people took me to task saying, "Oh, you helped destroy the image of black people." And he says, "Listen, if it wasn't for people like me, then these actresses and actors now wouldn't have the opportunities they had." He said, "So I did the stuff that I had to do. You guys don't have to do this anymore."
Well, that goes back to like Lee Daniels, the butler, and a lot of us, our grandparents, our grandmothers, they were domestics, for the white ladies and stuff like that. And if they didn't do what they had to do, some of us wouldn't have gone to college. Some of us wouldn't have, had those opportunities.
Yeah, but it's like we're in 2018 now.
Right.
And Belinda says it's entertainment. Absolutely. And Charles says, We were setting the zealous Christmas. We were setting the zealous Christians last week. Now we're confronting the homosexual agenda this week. Love. Now we're going after Peter next week. Oh Lord. This is the show. They treat dogs better than black people or people of color. No, absolutely.
Still.
What's